So I see that I do not have a lot of students, so maybe we'll just have a chat and not do anything very important, and we wait till next week maybe to have all the other students, because I do understand that today, this week, there is holiday, so I don't have the right to say anything. You have the right not to be here. Okay, but still, I said maybe that because we do not have a lot of time before the exam, maybe we get benefit from these holidays and do a real session, but with about 2 students, I cannot do that. I prefer to wait till next week. Okay, but still, I will not go without saying a few words. First of all, I'd like just to give you my feedback in general, because all the students are asking about feedback, and it's really difficult to write all the things I have to say to each student of you. That's a lot of work. I cannot do that. Very difficult for me. So very general feedback here for those who have sent their homework. I'm happy that you have sent, but I didn't receive a lot of homework, then that's a pity. That's a pity, because you really, all of you, especially, well, not especially, but for those who have sent, I can see that they are still far away from what is asked from them. Okay, so just my remarks is that when I have a piece of work and I said that we are going to do only the introduction. And why did I say only the introduction? Because I wanted to work the introduction. I want to find certain things in the introduction. Unfortunately, I don't find them. Some of the students even gave me the theory. That is, in the introduction, you have to put the thesis statement, and then you have to write about the topic and the 3 major ideas. Well, yes, that is theory, and that's why I said that in this course we need practice. The theory is easy, these 2-3 sentences, and that's it. But now to apply them, that's another question. Do you hear me? I hope I'm not talking alone.
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay, thank you. And I'm not talking very fast. I'm not going fast. It's okay. Good. Okay, I go back. So for the homeworks I received, generally, nearly all of them do not have what I asked for. That is, you have a plan, maybe, yes. Nearly all of you have a plan. Most of it is it's rather good, not really exactly what I want. You have to go look at the videos again. You have the way how to brainstorm, how to come up. You have to brainstorm before you come up with a plan. Because lack of time, we cannot work on brainstorming, but you have a good video there, so go and look at it. Okay, it's better than if I give you a course. You can listen it and again rewind it, listen again, stop it, and you have it there. It's yours. Now the plan, that's one thing. Now what I wanted exactly is the introduction. And what do we have in the introduction? I said, I repeat, I told you that the introduction, I always work on it a lot. In the introduction, so I want the attention grabber, but that is not obligatory, but it's very good if you have it. It adds a lot to your writing. It adds a lot to your essay. Of course, it is not obligatory. It's only aesthetic. But what I want and what is obligatory, I want to have your position, your thesis, your statement. That's the thesis statement. And I said, I want to feel it. You're not going to tell me, I think that, in my opinion, it is. No, don't say it explicitly. Just make it between lines. I have to understand it. You're not going to tell me anything. I have to understand it. Okay, so that is the thesis, and in the thesis statement, there are other things. I said, and this I will repeat, please, please, restate the topic. Restate the topic. The topic you're writing about, you say it in your introduction. In the exam, if you're given a topic, you're going to restate the topic in the introduction. You're going to say it again. Of course, you are not going to use the same words as the teacher. Change the word, change the sentence, paraphrase the topic, but the topic should be there. If there's someone else apart from the teacher who's going to read the essay, for example, he has to know what the essay is about from the introduction. He has to find the idea of the essay in the introduction. This is obligatory, obligatory, obligatory. Another thing that is obligatory is to give, and this I didn't find in most of the homework you sent me. That is the plan of your essay. And I said, write a plan. In the plan, you gave me 3 major ideas that you developed into supporting ideas. So the 3 major ideas are the plan of your essay. So the 3 major ideas, these are 3 key words. Take the 3 key words, the major ideas, and put them in the introduction. Again, in the introduction, I want to know about the paragraphs. I want to see the 3 paragraphs in the introduction. That is, I want to have the 3 key words, and each keyword is going to go to a different paragraph. So I want the 3 keywords of the 3 different paragraphs in the introduction. This you didn't do, okay? And some of you have even given me all the theory that is, yeah, put the plan in the introduction, but in practice they don't do it. When I correct in the exam and I don't find this, it's a bad mark. So be careful. What I'm giving you, I want to find it in the exam. If I don't find it in the exam, that's nothing. You're not doing anything. So in the exam, I want the techniques of writing. I don't want something else. As I said, I don't want your ideas. The ideas are for you. I can accept any ideas of the world, but what I want is the techniques I gave you. Okay, I said rewrite the or paraphrase the topic. You paraphrase the topic. I want to feel your position. I want to feel it. If I don't feel it, then something is missing. And then I want the 3 words. So when I read the introduction, I know, even without writing the essay, without reading the essay, I know what the paragraphs are going to talk about. I know them because I have them in the introduction. Okay, so if you go to the video and you see the video about the brainstorming, you can see the person is talking about pizza and how pizza is popular. So pizza is popular because of 3 different things, and the 3 different things because it's convenient, because it's tasty, because it is tasty, convenient, and the other thing I don't remember should be written in the introduction. And then each paragraph is going to talk about one of these keywords. For example, pizza, because it is tasty, it is popular because it is tasty, it is convenient, and it is cheap. So these are 3 things: tasty, convenient, and cheap. Which means that I'm going to find a paragraph talking about why it is tasty or how it is tasty. Because it contains different ingredients, because it contains pepperoni, because, so it is tasty. Or the paragraph is going to explain why it is tasty and how it is tasty. And I know that the second paragraph is going to talk about, it is cheap. So I know that it's going to explain why it is cheap, because it uses ingredients that are cheap, because ingredients that you can find easily. It doesn't contain a lot of very expensive ingredients. So I know that you're going to treat a paragraph about the pizza and how it is cheap. And then I know that when you say in the introduction, pizza is popular and popular, that's your point of view. I understand that. That's your position, the thesis that pizza is popular because it is tasty, one paragraph, because it is cheap, another paragraph treating the cheap, and the third one, so tasty, cheap, and convenience. That is, you can. I know that there is a paragraph that is going to talk about the convenience of the pizza. That is, you can eat it anywhere, you can take it anywhere. You're not going to use a knife and a fork. You just eat it with your hands, so it is very convenient. Okay, so this is what I want from your paragraph. So in your introductory paragraph, I want to have your position. I want you to restate the topic, and I want you to give the three major ideas. Either you just place three keywords, or a sentence telling or saying the three major ideas in different ways. You can use different ways to talk about the three different ideas you're going to be developing in your essay. So the introduction is very important. When you have a good introduction, I'm sure you're going to have a good essay. So even if we do not work the essay and we do not have time to work the essay, if you work good the introduction, you, for sure, you're going to do a good essay. This is experience talking. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't have that in what I have received. So please do again your work. I give you another week to do the introduction with the plan, of course. And the plan, look at the videos. The plan depends on the subjects, whatever. So the plan is going to consist when you said, please give us an example of a plan to work on, I cannot give you an example. There are so many examples. If I give you an example, are you going to stick to it? No, no. So depending on your subject, the subject you're going to give about, you're going to talk about, you're going to develop it, right? Once you develop it into three major ideas, you're going to talk about anything, you're going to develop it into at least. So you can develop it in more than three ideas. But in the exam, you do not have time. So we said stop at three major ideas. Okay? So you're going to develop it into three major ideas. And these are the major ideas. These are your plan. That is, you plan to talk about this thing first, this thing second in the second paragraph, and you plan to talk about this thing third in the third paragraph. And each paragraph, you have a topic sentence that you're going to develop into. The topic sentence contains the major idea. And it's going to be developed into other minor ideas. You'll find three, for example, supporting ideas. You can give only two. Three is better, but two, it works. Developing how you're going to develop this major ideas, how you're going to support it, okay? If you're talking about a person, for example, your best friend, depends. Why do you treat him as your best friend? Because he's good looking? Because he's very kind? Because he's rich and has a lot of money? Because he's poor and doesn't take care of money? So, what are the ideas? Everyone has different ideas. I may have my best friend because I have some criteria for me that are different from yours. Okay? Maybe for me, the best looking person is not a best friend for me. I do not care about appearance. But maybe other people do care about appearance. So it depends if you care. So my best friend is Hadi or Umayma is one of my best friends, which means that you have other best friends. And already when you say a best friend, that is your position. That is, you like that friend. So that's a position already. Okay? So you have given the position, my best friend, and then you're going to give support to that idea. Why is he your best friend? Because give three things, give three reasons. Because he's a very good looking person and I adore pretty things. I like handsome people. And then you go in that paragraph, I know you're going to talk about his experience, his appearance, his hair, maybe his face, his clothes, or I don't know. So it's up to you. Maybe his best friend because uh, he's honest. Honesty for me is something that is important. Okay, so I know if you put honest in the paragraph, in the introduction, I know that you're going to have a paragraph talking about his honesty and how he is honest. Okay, and then choose another thing why he's your best friend. Because he is kind, maybe, or because he is rich. Ah, he is rich because he's handsome, he's rich, and he's always there for me. Okay, so these are three reasons you benefit from that person. Maybe he doesn't benefit from you. Maybe you are not one of his best friends, but for you, you consider that as your best friend because you like money from him. He always gives you money, buys you things. Maybe because he's there, you say come and he comes. Maybe because, so these are different kinds. Well, it's not the case for me, of course, but for some people it is. So if you choose whatever, three things you're going to develop in your essay. So the two types you're going to, it's not the allowed, but you are obliged to write about because we are going to give you two types. We're going to give you a descriptive and a narrative. And the narrative most of the time contains a descriptive. That's why most of the time we give only narratives, but inside the narrative, when you narrate a story, you cannot narrate without describing. Okay, look at the stories you read. There's always description of the place. There's description of the person. There's description of even the time, the weather. So these things you're going to need them. So description is always there and narration is always there. So these are the things you're going to be given in the exam. So, well, in narrative, Maryam al-Mathawi teacher, in the case of a narrative essay, won't state in the three major ideas in the introduction make the story lose the suspense element. Well, this is essay writing, okay? Although it is narrative, but this is essay. These are the techniques, these are the rules of essay writing. Now, when it is storytelling and there's suspense, there's the plot, and that's another thing. But here you have to learn the techniques of writing an essay. And an essay is an essay, it has these rules, and the genre or the kind of the essay is going to change, whether it is narrative, descriptive, personal, argumentative, whatever, but still these things should be there. Okay? When it's the storytelling, this is different. Okay? So we teach you now the techniques. No, there's no suspense. Okay? So I only have now 22 students. Okay, so this is the most important. I still want to work on the introduction because if I can have a good introduction, I said and I repeat, I'm sure that you can write a good essay. So look at the, sorry. look at the videos, listen to the videos, pause and try to write, try to use, try to listen to them again and again. And a lot of practice. Please do send me work. I spend all the time in front of my computer waiting for your work to come. Okay. I didn't receive a lot, so I still give you another week to write on this introduction. Okay. So I'm not going to be very long here because I know that today it's holidays and you're supposed to be relaxing at home. Not really relaxing just from the life, but you have to be working because the exams are here, are approaching, and you have to be working on your different courses. Okay, so I'm not going to count those who weren't present here because I have because this blue button he counts gives me the statistics about the students who were present, who attended the live, and those who didn't. So for today's, I'm not going to count for those who are absent, okay? But I'm going to count for those who are present. Quite good. This is good. Good for you. Okay, now I'll stop here. I'll not go further because I wanted to work on examples, but now I won't do it. I have been asking for a tablet where I can write, but now I won't do it for just this number of students. I'll wait next week. Any questions before we leave? So if there are no questions, I again urge you to send me more exercises, more introductions with the plan always. And good luck for your exam. Goodbye.